Well, today is quite a very huge day to obviously come up and obviously contemplate on, as we've gone ahead to obviously get a story coming in through from a close host known as Mundo Deportivo, confirming to us that there is a journey that the president of Real Sociedad has gone ahead to take to see to it that everything really comes to pass, to see to it that the deal of Mikel Merino to Arsenal is done and dusted as soon as possible. Welcome to this channel known as United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani. David Gundogan to Man City. Here we go. Deal in place, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, and you're gonna be obviously doing the due diligence. It obviously let you know about the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. Now, remember, we are powered by none other than Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in phones, laptops, and they are dealers in phones, laptops, and those are brand new ones. They also deal into what we call used phones and used laptops from the UK, and you can do the due diligence and obviously try to really hit them up onto the digits that we are yet to show you onto the screen, but I'm really well convinced that you've gonna hit obviously know what Mono Gadgets brings to the table for these months that we've been advertising it. And we are having Mono Gadgets. You can call them on +256 70 99 88 665. And now there is a link that I'm going to start putting into the description box below for those that want to watch Premier League games, and other TVs all over the world. There is a new app called Magic Play. You can as well go there and watch those games, Premier League games, for free, and so on and so forth. So this is what you get when you're in here onto the Rokani Media Football. You can as well follow them up on TikTok, Mono Gadgets, to see the wide range of products that these two people really do have. So we thank God for the gift of life, and for the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Now, we started off with a story coming in through from Spain. Mundo Deportivo, credible source and credible outlet, outer Spain, have come up and obviously told us that Real Sociedad president Joaquin Aperrebi has flown to London to reach a definitive agreement with Arsenal for the transfer of Mikel Merino. Sociedad's intention is to reach an agreement for about 40 million euros between the fixed fee and add-ons. Now, we've always gone ahead to talk about 30 to 35 million euros. Now, we are having a story coming in through from Mundo Deportivo from Spain, a source that you cannot dismiss, talking of 40 million euros. You understand? And I think shifting of goalposts has been the best thing that Real Sociedad have always gone ahead to do. And I know why they've been doing this shifting the goalpost game, because they believe that maybe at the last minute there will be a team that can come in to offer them 40 million euros and maybe will convince Mikel Merino to obviously leave and go ahead and really play for them. But I believe time is over. Time is over. And even Mikel Merino knows to it that they are left with just 9 days for the summer transfer window to come to an end. And the moment it closes, they are going to lose him on a free, because the player will be pissed and will be like, no, I'm playing my last season here. You refuse the money that Arsenal gave you. You are trying to deny me a chance to go ahead and replay for Arsenal. Next year I'm going to be 29. So you are trying to deny me a chance. So let me not put pen to paper. So the president is going to fly to London and obviously see to it that everything really comes to pass. Remember last week, it was all about Edu flying to the side. You understand? Edu flew to the side of London to get this deal done and dusted, and it never really came to pass as expected by the guy known as Edu. So as we speak right about now, it's all about Edu coming in through to put in the president of Real Sociedad this time around flying to London. That shows you how important Arsenal are going to take a decision that they're like, if you're not taking our money, we are not going to add in more money. And he's like, all right, let me get this deal done and dusted. And when Edu flew to Spain, it felt like it wasn't the case, right? It wasn't the case. And they felt like, all right, you are having a player left with just 1 year on his contract, and you're really greedy to let him go. Then who is really losing? And Arsenal is in its comfort zone. And they are there laughing, like they are making them a laughing stock, They are making Real Sociedad a laughing stock because like it or not, they'll have to really dance to the tunes. And remember, before all this happened, it was a 20 million pound deal. That is like 25 million euros. But right now, it went to 30 million euros, and now it's reported to be 40. And I don't see anywhere how Arsenal is going to sign this player who is left with just 1 year on his contract, and he has gone ahead, obviously, confirmed to them that he wants to join them. Personal terms are going to be agreed, a 4-year contract, and they're going to give him an astronomical salary according to what he has been earning at Real Sociedad. That they will see themselves increase the money. They want. Arsenal want. And just like, what is Sociedad all about? We are not going to really dance onto your tunes, right? We are not going to dance onto your tunes. Come rain, come sunshine. That's what Arsenal is really saying, and I really support them, because you have to obviously leverage what is there. And if they are on the weak side of negotiations, I tell you, it will obviously offer the best of performances that we obviously want to know and really get on. So I like to see, or to get to know what your thoughts are about Mikel Merino, his president in London, to obviously accomplish the Arsenal deal, because Arsenal is adamant. They are not moving on, because they know that the player really has just 1 year left on his contract. For for Calafiori, it was totally different. You know why? Because Calafiori had a long contract with the side of Bologna, and there are very many other teams that would have gone to sign Calafiori if at all Arsenal had pulled out. You understand? And Arsenal was working against the clock, because they knew that the more they delayed, maybe the likes of Juventus, PSG, Bayern Leverkusen would obviously kick in. And for a team like PSG, buying a player like Calafiori for 40 million euros plus is just peanuts, because they believe they can even sell him better, as they really have better people to evaluate their squad. So for Merino, it's a different case. That's why Arsenal is really taking their time. But I've always told you, Arsenal is doing this because they know that they have a squad that can really take them through the season, or maybe reinforce in January. And they're really planning what we call a hefty spend in the summer of 2025. And if God allows us to be alive until 2025, of which we believe we are going to be alive, we will see a lot of movement. We will see a lot of movement, done by Arsenal, signing in big players. If they don't go in for a number 9 that is reputable this season, next year they might go out for one, and they might go in for another reputable midfielder. You understand? So we wait and see how things pan out at the club of Arsenal, but all is okay with Arsenal, because they are into the comfort zone, and they are really ready to sign a player known as Mikel Merino, and the president of Real Sociedad has flown to London to find a common ground for a deal of this caliber. And we are just here waiting to see what is really going to happen, and how are they really going to reach onto this compromise in here. So after that, let's obviously get to Ika Gundogan. Here we go, as he has given his return to Chelsea, and we've been told that Ika Gundogan back to Manchester City. Here we go. Deal in place with German midfielder to join on contract valid until June 2025. Agreement reached after positive talks in the last 48 hours, and Pep Guardiola said yes, as revealed yesterday, Gundogan will leave Barcelona for free. Oh, he's even leaving for free, So that shows you that all they wanted was to really offload him with his salary that is really huge. And after offloading him with his salary that is really huge, he comes in through to put in a required shift altogether. You understand? And really create space for other incomings. And we don't know what incoming they're preparing all this for. Then Fabrizio confirmed to us minutes later that Ika Gundogan has said goodbye to all his back teammates this morning, while clubs are completing all documents. Gundogan has accepted to leave on free transfer. He will not receive 2-year salary remaining on his Barcelona contract. Man City said to welcome him back. So he's really coming in through to obviously return and replay at Man City. All documents in place between Man City and Barca for Ika Gundogan deal. Gundo to leave his back salary for the next 2 years in order to return to Man City as a free agent. So, Ilkay Gundogan it is like a contract termination. His contract and Barcelona has been terminated and he's not going to be compensated, right? He has left, and I think tomorrow he's going to be unveiled as a player of Man City, Ilkay Gundogan. Now, Ilkay Gundogan returning to the Premier League for Man City really worries a little bit. It's another classic signing for the side of Man City, because the manager is always going to obviously want to have his midfield three back. Remember, they never wanted to lose him, and the reason as to why he left was Man City was offering him 1 year and a further option year. You understand? That's what Man City was offering him, and the man was like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. You understand? So, as it stands right now, Man City has danced to the tunes of Ilkay Gundogan. They're going to offer him a 2-year contract, and that's what he wanted. Give me a 2-year contract and really play those 2 years. When they elapse, I'll say bye-bye. You understand? And I think that's a very good business done by Man City. If you're really going to be following up, I told you how important a deal like this is to the side of Man City. Remember, by the time he left, he was their captain, and the big question is going to be, is he really going to be their captain till now? Is he going to captain the side of Man City? And I believe he's the leader. They've been missing his leadership skills, and you saw to it that in last year's decisive games, they were like nagging a little bit. We know what he really contributed to them winning a treble in the Premier League, Champions League, and the FA Cup. He was really very integral in the most decisive games of the team of Man City, and he's respected at Man City, and him coming back is really good because he has gonna obviously retire from international duty. You understand? He's no longer going to be playing for the Germany national team. That means he's going to be available every time the team really needs him. He'll get the enough rest, like from the 1st of September to the 14th of September. He's going to be resting, you understand? And he's not going to be really part of the national team, meaning that he can really see those 2 years elapse very, very well, and they can obviously get him the best of results that he deserves in as a guy or a player. So we're here to wait and see how things really pan out for that guy. But all in all, a lot is really happening. And I tell you what, nothing is really going to stop Man City from really getting a very huge push when this guy comes in through. And this is where Arsenal needs to tighten its seatbelts and really understand that Man City is going to have to bring in a player who has all the qualities to win them the Premier League, and they're going to have to add experience. That's why Arsenal really working hard to get in Mikel Merino onto their bandwagon. Now, we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. If you want used phones and used laptops, call +256 70 99 88 Follow them on TikTok and also WhatsApp them for the best of products that you'll ever get. So, that is it coming in through from the side called Arsenal and Man City. We wait and see whether this signing will obviously give Arsenal what they want. So continue to let me know what your thoughts are about Merino's president in London to accomplish his move to Arsenal. What do you make about it? And Ilkay Gundogan to Man City. Here we go, sounded by Fabrizio Romano. Bye-bye for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you, Abana the Muslims. Barak Lau Fikum. Bye-bye.